Aloha, this is Christina Martini again from the home Shala of Shala Santosha, Ashtanga Yoga. And today we're going to go ahead and go through on how to Sun Salutation A. And in this tutorial and in this beautiful how-to workshop technique from the space of your own home, we're going to show you a couple of ways that you can grow your Sun Salutation A. Keep in mind that the practice, as you continue to dedicate to arriving to your practice every day, you start to get lighter and flow even more fluidly into Surya Namaskara A. So I'm going to show you a couple of options today on how to Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskara A and Surya Namaskara B. All right, let's go ahead and come to the top of the mat. And we're going to be repeating this 3 times. Ideally, when we're doing the practice, we do repeat it 5 times on the A and 5 times on the B. Sometimes you'll go into a shala that's doing a lead practice. I will do it 5 times on A and 3 times on the B. And what that means is you repeat the same sequence 5 sets, and then you repeat the other sequence of the Surya Namaskara B 3 or 5 sets, depending on who's leading the class. So again, I'm going to be showing you a couple of options. The most important thing is making sure that you're not hyperextending the knee, like pushing it way back here on your knees, and also creating a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt, and that's called engaging the muscles around your Uddiyana Bandha and activating that fire called Agni, the digestive fire that we need as this begins our practice. So when we come to the top of the mat, there's a few things. If you have some issues of your legs, being unable to come together, and it's like that, just be happy with that, and maybe you can open up your heel in the back just a little bit, and your toes touching if you have any bone spur. And it's just very, very hard for you to get and engage the inner part of your thighs, your abductor, your adductors. They all have to come together and engage. Then you do your best to do what you can. However, if you're having some issues with balance, it's important to, yes, although the foundation is feet together, in time you can practice growing to the feet together. You could start with maybe no more than a fist like that apart from your feet, all right? And so that just gives you an ability to ground yourself and root yourself and not fall or lose balance, so then you can enjoy the practice, all right? So when we're gonna come to the top of the mat here, the most important thing is there's many ways. Some people open up their arm and really reach up to the sky, and then they fold to the center and reach down to the floor. Others can open up this way, which is my preference, because this can be done by anyone without or with injury. So if you have shoulder injury, the range of motion varies on this side going this way. And also, if you have an injury from the past, you don't want to aggravate or reoccur that injury. So it's just better, I prefer to teach with the arms going forward like this, and really reaching to the sky, pressing your palms together, sending your head back so your drishti is to your thumbs. And then when you're coming down, you widen, and so then you're bringing your hands down to the floor. Sometimes it has to be in the front if you're not able yet, and you can micro bend your knees. If you're already working on a straight leg, you can parallel your fingertips to your toes so they come into one line, and you look up, and there is a hinge that you do forward if you want to fold your head down towards your knee. And that hinge remains there when you're shooting back towards the pliant part of the Sun Salutations, both A and B, okay? So let's go ahead and start with some options. I think what I probably want to do with this video is give you a beginner's options where they step back and walk back and drop to the knee, and then somebody who's been practicing and coming and kind of getting used to it, and then of course the full expression of the postures or the pose or the practice. All right, so we'll come to the top of the mat for Sun Salutation A and B. So remember, the breath is the essence of the practice, and that breath is called Ujjayi, spelled Ujjayi. And you can look that up. It sounds like the Darth Vader breath or the ocean breathing. I'm really not breathing from the nostril, but I'm breathing from the back of the throat. Let me just go ahead and squat near this camera. And so it would sound so that's the breath. All right, so here we are. So coming to the top of the mat, see what you can do with your feet together. We'll rise up with the arms coming in front of you. Inhale, arms up, head back. Exhale, separate your hand, bend your knees so you can get your palms to be on the floor, and it's okay to bend your knee, dropping your head, kind of stretch. Inhale, look up. Remember, this is option 1. Exhale, bring your right foot back and take your knees down and top of your feet. Lean towards the front for the chaturanga. This time, lift your knees off and get into the top of the feet for up dog. And then you can draw your feet down to the ground. If you're not able to bring your heels down to the ground, it's okay. Just do what you can to press even with a micro bent knee, and maybe move your hands slightly back. And it's okay to be here. If it's shaking and it's really just not coming down, then relax and hold your hips back and try to see if you can engage, pulling up your navel towards the back of your mat, that way, okay? So again, deep breath. And now we're going to imagine that we held that for 5, look forward. You can micro bend your knees to walk, but don't rock back and forth. And again, keep the knees bent, keep your chest close to it. Exhale, fold down, even with your knees bent, it's okay. Inhale, get your palms together here and bring them all the way up to the sky. Look back with your neck, they come as one unit, that means they move at the same time. And then neutral position on your neck as it comes back to Samastiti. Okay. Let's do that again without interruption. Inhale, breath. Exhale, micro bend your knees, hands in front. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk back, prepare to drop the top of the knee and the top of the feet. Exhale, down to chaturanga. Elbows near the body. Inhale, lift your knees and thighs off the ground if possible. Exhale, you can drop the knee, press the ball of the toe to bring you back to down dog, and move your hands back again if your heel isn't down. If your heel is down and your knees are bent, wonderful, you're going to work on trying to stretch your hamstring and your quads, your thighs. Pull your navel back, relax. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, gaze forward. Don't rock back and forth, just bend the knees softly and work your way to walk to the front of the room. You can move your hands back in the front. Exhale, bow your head. Inhale, bring up your arms. Squeeze your inner thighs and exhale, Samastiti. So that's one option. And once you start developing that, then wonderful. I was also going to share with you like how that you can really, really engage in trying to get your heels down. I'm going to turn this camera real quick, just to a bit of an angle towards the wall. Right about there. Sorry for the crookedness. Okay, so right there, so you can see. So I'm going to go back here real quick. Another way that you can work on trying to get your heels down is go to a wall. And first, even if you have to go like this, flush your heel to the baseboard. And this is 2 fists apart. So it's like shaka, taking a shaka here. So leave your heel, leave your heel here. And look at my tailbone. I'm just working on flushing the tailbone up to the sky. If this is not possible, look at my knees bending. Now the point of being by the wall here, if I'm going to use this as a prop, is I'm going to keep my heels grounded. I'm going to look at my third eye, and I'm going to make my way without losing that heel. And yeah, you're going to probably shake and have a really, really deep stretch here. And if you have a little bit more to give, and then bow your head between your arms, you're keeping your heels grounded there. And you're allowing your growth this way without compromising also your spine. And it's awakening the spine actually from here. So if that's too much for you, you start here. And just breathe. Don't blow the candle like that. That's what happens a lot of times with people, right? So just breath is everything. If you calm your breathing down, you can expand and you can evolve and you can grow. All right? I wanted to show you that so as a technique, so in case you haven't seen that before, then there you go. Apologies if the camera's kind of tilted, but I think you get the gist of it. Okay, now we're going to move to level 2. Let's say that you've been practicing for a while and you kind of have a jump or a hop, or you're just getting stronger. So here we go. Come back to the top of the mat. Remember to bring your inner thighs together and squeeze. Even your arms. So let me just sit down for a second. When you raise your arm like this, sometimes you do have to bend your elbows, especially those with a lot of muscles on the traps and the biceps and triceps, especially like weightlifters, bodybuilders, gymnasts, people that are just really fit, CrossFit, just a lot of muscles. Or how about if you're a baseball player or athlete, you have to really be mindful to understand the muscles that you have and work with the way your body is shaped or needed to be shaped. So in that sense, when I'm here, although it's hard to squeeze the elbow, you can point out in front of you and lengthen. The whole point of yoga is allowing the flexibility to grow, right? And yoga differs from a lot of exercise routine or physical fitness routine. And one of the greatest gifts of yoga is lengthening, flexibility, expanding our range of motion to the point of no injury, of course, and elongating, right? Lengthening is the same, right? So in this case, let's say you have a lot of muscles, and sometimes I even allow the students to, right there, interlace their knuckles. So they're coming up to inhale, and you can learn to expand. Don't follow it with your shoulders next to your ears. Your shoulders is always away from the ears. Okay, but if you don't need to do the interlace hands, point and squeeze like the elbows are going towards each other. Just don't hyperextend the eye of your elbow. You don't want to practice hyperextension or hypermobility. That's not the aim. The aim is to just be natural in the range of motion. Okay? So anyhow, with that said, come on back again to the top of the mat. This time we're going to go to the next level. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you're lining up your, again, right hands on the ground. Bow your head. Inhale, look up. So here, if you want to learn to jump, you want to watch my knee. My knee and my chest is together. So when I jump back, I'm going to think my feet is going to separate 2 fists apart. So there's the 2 fists apart. And you want to lean forward slightly to get that chaturanga. You want to push from the ball of the toes to roll to the top of the feet. Here's the tricky part about this. You want to drag the top of the feet and then roll at the ball of the toes to send you down to downward facing dog. Bow your head between your arms. Imagine we held this for 5. We're practicing that little jump. So you look forward. You know where you're aiming, right there between your thumbs, right? So don't wobble or rock so much. Just bend your knees and see if you can make it there. I'm still at the bent knees. When I fold my nose in, you can straighten them if it's possible. When you come up, you lengthen your chest. And again, squeeze and relax. Beautiful. So that's the next level. So let's go ahead and try that one more time. And then, like I said, at the end of all of this tutorial, we'll go ahead and put some together. All right? So one more set of the jump this time. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen your rib cage up towards the sky. Drop your head back, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, take your tailbone back all the way. Inhale, when you lengthen, you're leaning slightly over. Exhale, bend your knees to your breastplate or chest plate and chaturanga, elbows to the side body. Inhale, again, lift up. Sometimes you don't have to move your neck as deep as mine. You can just stay here for a while. Here we go. Drag the top of the feet and curl at the toes, and there's your heel working its way to downward facing dog. Deep breath here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now your head looks up. You're ready for your drishti. Micro bend the knees. Don't rock back and forth. Just bring it on over. Look up. And now you drop your head, leaning your hips forward. Inhale, keeping your hips forward a little bit so you keep the spine long. And exhale. Yay, to the side. So there's the second part. That's learning to jump kind of, just natural. No, not too much pressure, not too much strength required. You want to make your practice as effortless and light and graceful, but yet everything is engaged, right? So you don't get injuries. All right. Now, any questions on that, please definitely send me a message. Here's now what I would do. Let's say that you've come for many times, many months, many years. You know your practice, and you've got your legs awakening, got your shoulders, you don't have much injury. Wonderful. So the practice is you can levitate. Don't levitate all the way up to a handstand or a half on your hip line. Maybe just lift off from the ground a little bit up to here, and then you can shoot back. There's a lot of varieties out there. We're not trying to be rocket or another form of vinyasa. We're just trying to stick to the traditional practice, just making it as meditative as possible. All right, so again, enjoy your practice. So here's the last one of the 3. There's more options for everybody. It's just a matter of who you are and what you need and what you're going through, what conditions you have, injuries or limitations and restrictions. So always best to study with a teacher, so then your practice is designed for you. Here's the full practice now of what you would do if you're ready. Come inhale. Lengthen your ribs off from your stomach. Dway, exhale. Wide hands by your head towards your knees. Shredi, keep your legs engaged this time. As you notice, we're not bending the knee. Chatwari, micro bend. And there's a little lift in the air there. Pancha, inhale. Stretch. Shot, drag the top of the feet to roll into down dog. Deep breath. 1. Again, don't hyperextend the elbows. Pull your navel up. 2. 3. We're going to go ahead and look forward. And again, here's the jump. Exhale, fall down. Inhale again, keep the hinge forward so your spine stays long. Lift and reach. Head back. And Samastitihi, hands to your side. Again, Ekam inhale. Dway, exhale. Trini, inhale. I hinge forward. Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale. Move your hips by your hand. Shot, roll the toes to downward facing dog. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward, Sapta, inhale. Ashto, exhale. Nala, inhale. Samastiti. All right, beautiful. Well, I hope that helps you. And now we're going to go ahead and go on to Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B. This is now with the bent knees like Utkatasana, and it also brings in the Virabhadrasana, the Warrior One on both sides. There's no down dog in the transition between entering the Virabhadrasanas. The only down dog in the Surya Namaskara is at the end when you're holding the 5 breaths. However, many teachers will teach it differently, so the best thing is you just respect who's guiding you and who's teaching you. In this demonstration here today, you'll see that when I'm transitioning between the right leg and the left leg, my head is lifted up, already looking at third eye drishti for sapta when I'm moving my feet forward, and also for ekadasha, right, when we come into the left side. So the vinyasa count there changes. We went from a smaller number of vinyasa to now a rising vinyasa. So again, that's something for you to study when you're doing your breath work and your practice of the asanas. So here we are. Let's go ahead and modify again. So if you have a knee injury, I suggest again the one fist distance between your feet. And here, you want to try to move your knee going towards the top of your toes if you have a knee injury. You don't want to sit back your hip this way. You're putting too much tension, whatever the knee injury may be, a meniscus or a ligament. It's a, I don't know. So if you want to support the knee for bone strength, for growth, you want to move it towards the front of the room that way, all right? So, and also, we could sit as low as possible. However, again, this is a practice of just enjoying your health and your well-being. And if you want to perfect it and sit as low as you can when you grow, wonderful. But if you're just starting out, focus more on saving yourself from not enjoying your practice, and maybe this is as low as you'll sit. And if your arm is hard to lift up, you stay here. And if you can lift up, you stay here. And if you can change a little bit more, you can lift up in different degrees. So again, in time, you're not pushing yourself to enter the posture. The posture will be with your body as it's ready. And that's really important to understand in whatever style or form of yoga that you practice. If you jam yourself to the posture, you will be bound to get hurt or not enjoy your practice. So, hope you remember that. All right, so let's go ahead and try Surya Namaskara B with modification option 1, option 2, and option 3. All right, here we go. So option 1 will drop to the knees into chaturanga, all right, and the heels are slightly apart. Inhale, go ahead and squat, press your palms together, look behind your thumbs. Dway, drop with your knees bent as you bring your hands down, then keep your chest and knees together if possible and strengthen your neck forward. Inhale, you'll look up. Exhale, you'll step back to take the chaturanga. You drop into the knees, top of the feet, go ahead and chest down. Inhale to upward facing dog. See if you can lift your knees and thighs. Exhale, this is what I was talking about. Look at my face and my neck is looking forward so I can move my muscles and my joints towards the front of the room. Back foot is always grounded, right foot's grounded. Inhale, arms up. Exhale again, you want to widen your hands, the width of your mat, so that you can fit your body for the chaturanga with the top feet down in the back. Inhale again, lift your muscles of your thighs and you're squeezing your glutes. Exhale, look at my face. And now I'm going to move my right foot to ground and I know where my left knee is going. Inhale again, rise up. Exhale again, keep pressing the back foot. And do now the chaturanga with the knee down if possible. Inhale again, upward facing. Exhale. Remember, if you're not ready to put the heel down, then you need to walk it in. And maybe bring your hands back a little. Option 1. If your heel's coming down, you need to keep bending your knees. Great. 2, work on strengthening them though. 3, now look forward to the front of the room. Slight bend on the knee, but don't rock, and just walk. Exhale, bow your head. Inhale, bend your knees, press your palms together, look up. It's okay if you're here. You're just going to grow one day when you're coming down. Exhale, samanstitihi. Okay? Be kind. All right. That's with the knee down on chaturanga. and that's with a little bit of a space between the front feet. Now, try to keep the feet together, try to keep your inner thighs together, try to keep your arms together, try to sit down a little bit lower, and then we're going to move through the vinyasa, the chaturanga, with our long legs, all right? And still stepping back or a slight jump back. It doesn't matter. We'll see what happens, okay? And your option 2. All right, come inhale, bend the knees. Remember, if it's here, it's okay. Dway, widen your hands to the ground. You can put it in the front of the room. Inhale, it's the same thing, hinge a little bit forward. Exhale, and if you hop and you don't make it all the way, just step back. Try not to drop the knee. Inhale, upward facing dog. Here, you're going to see people flip the feet. Exhale. Keep looking forward, turn the left foot down, and you might have to shimmy your right foot. And you want to keep the hands on the ground as you saw me do, and then work your hands from here. Inhale up, lunge a little bit more. Again, work your hands down to the ground, make your muscles work. Chaturanga, lean forward. Inhale, up dog. Exhale again, you're going to see yourself flip your feet here. Make your right foot come, and then again, if you can't make it, don't take the hands off the ground, just work at it. Inhale, chest lifted. Exhale again, wide hands to the ground. Look forward, chaturanga. Inhale, roll the feet to up dog. And here you're going to see flipping right and left. We're going to get rid of that in the last option. 1, hold for 3 breaths. 2, pull your navel up. 3. Inhale, look forward, option to jump. If you don't make it by your toes, walk 1, jump, and then walk in, look up. Exhale, nose to knees. Inhale, bend your knees. Raise your arm from there. And then standing up straight, Samastitihi. All right, we have one more option. This is it. So now we're going to put it as you've been coming to practice, you're more proficient, you're getting brave, getting strong and energized and happy that you're growing and praising yourself, giving yourself a big hug, and all this effort and time that you've devoted. Now we do the whole regular full expression of Surya Namaskara B. All right, so here we go. Prepare yourself, come to the top of the mat. Samastitihi, Surya Namaskara B. Ekam inhale. Dway, keep the knees bent as you place your hands lined up to your toes. Bow your head in. Inhale, look up, lean a little forward. Remember, we're going to fly out the feet. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll the toes, Urdhva Mukha. Don't let the knees touch, the thighs touch. Here, drag the top of the feet. Whoops, my mat curled. To downward facing. And again, that's option 1 where you see people's head go in, and we'll do the next one the other way. Just stay there. Exhale up. Exhale down, chaturanga. Look forward. Inhale, roll the toes again to up dog. Exhale, drag the feet to down dog. And then some people are going to bow their head here, and then now walk your left side over. Inhale. Exhale again to chaturanga. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha. Exhale to Adho Mukha. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3. All right, now look forward. Go for it. Good. Exhale, nose to knees. Remember to move your knee towards your toes so that when you go up to Utkatasana here, you're nice and low. Samastitihi. So that one I curled my head in because that's what a lot of people do. Now I'm not. Now between right and left, I'm going to do it the way I do it and teach it. And I look out. Now, if a teacher tells you to drop your neck in, then please do so. You know, all is correct. It's just a different way that someone's teaching you. All right, last one, coming to to Samastiti for Surya B. Here we go. Ekam inhale. Dway exhale. Keep the knees bent. And then stretch. Trini look up. Chatwari flow back. Pancha inhale. Shot, look at my face. And I'm going to turn my left foot. Keep my hand on the ground. Lunge nice and low. Inhale. We're Vajrasana right side. Exhale. Chaturanga. Lean your chest over to the front. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, look at my chin, looking forward. Left side, Ekadasha, inhale. Dwadasha, exhale, look forward. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, curl the toes. Now you look into your navel. Navadrashti. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch. 5. Now you look up and make that come all the way to the front of the mat. Straight leg, exhale, bow your head. Bend your knees while your hands are on the floor, and then inhale, arms up. Samastiti. I hope you enjoy that. Yay. So let me take a moment to sit, and the next video that I'm going to post is I'm going to go ahead and run 3 sets of A and 3 sets of B, and then you know what to do after that. Listen to your Shala teacher or whoever you're studying with. If you're doing 5A and 3B or 5A and 5B, all is correct. The most important thing is you're enjoying your practice, you're living well, breathing right, and arriving to take charge of your own well-being. Namaste. Check out the next video and let it challenge you for Sun Salutations A and B. Aloha.